So we're back with another Grim Dawn character build guide, hot on the heels of that other Occultist, Cabo's character. I have this acid poison build that I decided to level up and build up because I had so much gear related to acid and poison. I figured, why the hell not, let's make a poison acid build. So the main attack is obviously Dreeg's Evil Eye with its modifiers, and I have it at 17 of 12. Everything else is pretty high up there, though not maxed out, just because there's so many points associated with Dreeg's Evil Eye. There's just so many levels to it. And I wanted other things in this build. We couldn't max out the other three abilities, but that's fine, because Dreeg's Evil Eye is really, really potent. It doesn't seem like it, because the initial hit is probably going to be about 1,000 damage. And, you know, that's not terrible. It's actually pretty good. But, a lot of what the ability has comes from its poisoning effects. And with the Bloodburst and the Vial Eruption, you can actually clear out a large group of enemies with this. It becomes quite the AoE attack once you've built this up. Quite a few times. I also wanted to make this guy sort of like a Plaguemancer. I mean, he even has the Plaguemancer's Amulet. So I really wanted to give Bloody Pox, Wasting, and Black Death a whirl, and these are maxed out due to my equipment. I believe I have +2 to all Occultist skills, so they're at 10. That's at 5. I mostly wanted to get Black Death as high as I could. I think that's at 10 as well, and I have +2 from an item, but we'll look at items in a second. So Black Death is the main one of these three for this guy to use, because it adds the poison damage on. So when I leveled this guy up, I got this to 12 almost immediately. What I did was I leveled, picking up single abilities as I went, to 15 on the mastery to pick up Blood of Dreeg. And what I did was I put a point here, 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 and then here. And then I leveled that up, and then I would spread points around between these two. No. I put a point in there and did like 2.22, and I eventually got all the way out to here. And then I maxed that out as quick as I could, because Blood of Dreeg is an amazing ability, because it gives you 15% of your health back, and you get a lot of regen per second with it. Enough that I hardly ever have constitution issues with this guy. I mean, he has a lot of constitution, but yeah, Blood of Dreeg is an amazing heal ability. Armor of the Guardian, I only put 1 point in. If I were doing something a little more like melee focused, I'd maybe consider putting more into Armor of the Guardian. Or if I was gonna cross over with Nightblade, I'd probably do that. Yes, he only has one class, and I'll also get into that in a second. But after I maxed Blood of Dreeg, I maxed Vulnerability, because Vulnerability is possibly one of the best skills in the game, if not the best skill for dipping into the Occultist, just because its effects are good for pretty much everyone. Only physical damage isn't affected by it, but I mean, actually, Curse of Frailty does affect the physical resistance. Forgot about that, and the bleeding resistance. So really, this is a good ability for pretty much anyone. And then I actually went and got that maxed out, and then put points in that. I think that's at level 1, probably. Maybe I put 3 in there. But then I got points in those. I did just 1 point all of these, because they're pretty much 1 point wonders for this build. Soleil's Witchfire, building up the poison damage, maybe would be a good thing. But I'm on to points right now. I wouldn't do Consecrated Blade quite yet. And 1 point in Second Right is just for the 1 point in there, and then 1 point in both of these, because it's handy to have that little bit of heal in addition to the heal from Blood of Dreeg. For multi-classes, in the future, I'm probably going to go Nightblade, and we can look real quick. Nightblade, just for Nidala's Justifiable Ends, just to bounce on someone's head and poison them instantly would be great. And then for Merciless Repertoire, obviously. I think the only other poison ability is way over here, Nadalia's Hidden Hand. And I would consider if I had the full level cap with this guy, I think I would actually take it all the way over to get that, and get that, and I would dual wield with him. And I'll point out the items I duel with in a second. I'm not gonna do Demolitionist, even though I'm calling this guy the Alchemist, and Alchemists in Pathfinder use bombs. I don't really think the Demolitionist would be that great. I'd mostly go for Flashbang with Searing Light to dip in the Demolitionist, but otherwise nothing really lines up with what the class is about. For Soldier, it would be all about getting military conditioning, I think. And maybe going, if I had lots and lots of points, maybe going for Squad Tactics. But, yeah, I don't think either of those would be really good. And the Arcana says nothing that lines up, but it would give you, you know, the shield and mental alacrity and, like little one-off abilities to capture guys, and then obviously inner focus. But for the most part, I'm sticking with pure Occultist with this guy for the time being. Physique, Cunning, Spirit, I did about 1 point. It's about 1 point in each. One third. I mean, it's so it's 154, 154, 162. So that's what, 2 points? No, that's just yeah, that's just one extra point in Spirit. So yeah, I did do a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 with this because Dreeg's Evil Eye is actually affected by your Cunning. I've seen it miss. So you generally want a little bit of Cunning to get your offensive ability up, and you want Spirit obviously for your energy, and of course you want Physique so you don't die and you can meet requirements for your armor. His weapon is the Tainted Blade of Niraval with its Bloody Pox ability. I threw in a Vitriolic Gallstone obviously, and he's the only character I have that could really utilize that Manticore Venom thing you get from that one quest. Kill, what's her face? Mogara. Or is it the one where you get the Venom Gland? Well, one of those two quests that gets you the augment. Yeah, he can actually use it. Hooray! A Gold Band of the Cabal, Mighty Platinum Band of Venom. They're just normal poison rings. His amulet's the Plaguemancer's amulet, which gives him Pestilence. Pestilence, I haven't actually been able to use it yet because I did a test to walk through town, and you leave behind a track of poison, and you get like a movement speed bonus out of it. So I think this is more for trigger it and run away, or just for trying to get from A to B quicker. And then his shoulder pad just gives +1 to Dreeg's Evil Eye. I'm using the Spellbinder's Grip, even though they're not great. It does give +1 to Curse of Frailty, and there's, you know, total damage and casting speed, which is always handy. His boots are the Bloodhound Greaves, which are just for the movement speed more than anything, and they don't look stupid. Heretic Sigil, +2 to Bloody Pox. His belt is the Alchemist belt, predictably enough, and Homebrewed Potion is quite handy to have trigger, and just give this guy a lot more regen. He gets a lot of regen. Corruption is probably the best relic for him right now, because Blight is a level 50 relic, and that's not in the game yet, obviously. His pants are the Soul Skill leg wraps for the poison damage, and for avoiding melee attacks. A chunk of Cunning's nice as well. Put some Ancient Armor Plate in that. Oh, I should point out, none of the, like, I don't have any super special components in any of these. A Mark of Mogdragon in his boots instead of Mark of the Traveler. Bristly Fur for the Constitution, and Vitriolic Gallstone, Black Tallow and Black Tallow for regen, Corpse Dust for health regen and cold res, and just Polished Emerald to keep his stats up. Now the final set pieces he has are the Miasma set, and the helmet gives him +2 to Dreeg's Evil Eye. The Tome of Plagues is +2 to Bloody Pox, and then the chest piece doesn't give pluses to anything, but the Miasma ability the chest piece have is just really awesome. It's just this like big circle of poison that works really great with what he does, and I threw a +1 to all Occultist's skills Hallowed Ground in there. So that's where his +2 to all skills comes from. I can't. The only other gear I would want, there are 2 rings that are poison based, and it's like Ring of Vile Intent and Ring of, I don't know, something else. And those are the 2 rings I would go for instead of these. Otherwise, I think he's pretty well geared out for now. I wouldn't use Physics with this guy. Only because I want him to have the Alchemist belt. It's kind of more of a flavor thing than a status, like a min-maxing the character thing. So we're going to go, and I'm in Bloodbrier's lair. And I think I'm going to kill Bloodbriar and then head off to Tyrant's Hold. So, yeah, the thorns that these guys do is a pain. And I do tend to activate my Blood of Dreeg to counter it. He has some pretty good poison res. Poison's easy to get resistance to, 79%. So he should be mostly fine with this. And really, I should just use Dreeg's Evil Eye against these guys, because I think using the plague or the bloody pox would hurt him quite a bit. Because it has more vitality damage on it than his other attacks do. Now you can see just having the 4 fragments from his, like, there's just tons of numbers going around. Oh no, not these guys. I don't want it. Okay. His energy is actually, his energy regen is pretty good. It could be a little better, but he's not like an Arcanist, like my Arcanist that has 100 regen, energy regen. So it's kind of like he just doesn't have the space for it, I think, with all of the specific gear he's wearing. Run away. Just run away. Yeah, these guys are just a pain regardless of your class, I think. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. No. Oh! That was really lame. Briar Thorns, I don't think I've had a character. I think only my cold character can really deal with them very well. They're probably the biggest pain, in my opinion, in the game right now. Because, like, he has tons and tons and tons of poison acid res, and he still took tons of damage from that. And I think the only reason the cold character can handle things can handle those guys, or these guys, is because he's got lifesteal on his thrown knives. Just that absurd lifesteal from Heartseeker. Pick it up, pick it up. Yeah, we're gonna kill the spider. I just call her, I'm assuming it's a her because it's a spider. I just call her, oh crap. I just call her Gloomweaver, quite honestly. It's like Ungoliax or something. So, no. 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 Nope, 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 nope. No, I'm hitting the wall. Oh, he's dead. Standing in the poison, not even caring. Grab it. So whenever I plague something, I tend to do it as, oh God, those guys, and he has no chaos resistance, so these guys are a problem. These dumb mages, and their chaos. So whenever I plague something, I tend to layer all my dots. So we can do like that, and they're all just plagued, and they run through the sigil, and oh, more spiders. You just plague all the enemies, and they run through your sigil, and you've got this great combo with your apparently I can't hit that guy, so run up and smack him. That is the miasma, by the way. So there's a great combo with the sigil and Curse of Frailty, because that slows enemies down, so you can actually get them in your sigil for longer. But also Curse of Frailty makes your plague, your pox more potent, as well as making Dreeg's Evil Eye more potent. Ow. So I am going to point out that running away is still a thing, because this guy is kind of a wuss mage. Ah, jeez! Potion. We're just going to hit Pestilence and then run away. So yeah, this is Pestilence is on. We're going to run around. You can kind of see like a green goop following me around. I think it's only okay. It does last a little bit. Like, I do get that. It is a movement speed bonus for a little bit, but it's like... It's only okay. It has a stupidly long cooldown. Wait, did I even trigger it? Pestilence. Okay. Yeah, you can see the goopiness following me around. I'm using it to get out of the cave quicker. Sorry I'm not talking a lot about stuff, because today was another day of shoveling snow, and it is absolutely exhausting. So one thing I have noticed about Dreeg's Evil Eye is that if you have it at a very high level compared to sort of where you are, like mine's 17? Yeah, 17 of 12. You can pretty much just do one shot, one kill with it per enemy. Sometimes two shots, but like the Grobles here, it pretty much is one shot. Like that guy, these guys are probably going to take two, but because they're jerks. We're running away from this mess. Activate Pestilence. Didn't activate Pestilence. Let's activate Pestilence. These guys that run through it. Okay, we're gonna run back down here, I guess. So even if the even if your initial hit with Dreeg's Evil Eye feels unimpressive or feels weak or doesn't do a lot of face damage, you do got to remember when you're playing a poison guy, you're gonna have that additional dot on everything. So you can pretty much just enter an area. Sometimes you can enter an area and just like drop a plague in the middle of the enemy, curse them, and then just run away, and they'll die. It's not uncommon to just have everything dead before you can actually get to it. So like, yeah, it's just really fun to just have things just dead. So and like when I was leveling this guy up, his experience bar would just go up from seemingly random hits. Just like his experience bar just goes up from him standing there doing nothing. And actually this got ridiculous because I was leveling him when Cavo hit 40, so Cavo had like his 5 summons or whatever. And this guy could just stand there and just plague everything and just stand back with Cavo while everything was just dying from dots and pets. Ow. I don't think he has a lot of fire resistance either. That's the thing, I don't have a lot of... Yeah, 8%. I don't have a lot of defensive gear on him presently. Or defensive components. Yeah, he isn't exactly a wuss mage though. He can. I would never have him like mix it up with like these big jerks, but he's actually not that bad when it comes to smacking like oneer guys around. Oh. I was like, I've never seen ice here before. Did that do nothing to me? Oh, vitality damage. I was like, oh, that could have been interesting. Oh, no. I did activate I did activate Pestilence there. Yeah, Blood Feast is probably gonna... Oh, he's not running away. Oh, there he goes. Bye, Blood Feast. Oh, hi, Blood Feast. Wait a second. Glacial Arcane Wand of Thunder. Glacial Arcane Wand of Thunder. 742, 939, 742, 930. What? Was that a glitch I just saw? Or is that just... Did I just have like the 1 in a million thing happen? So that was the Poison Acid guy, a Plaguemancer, a Viromancer, a Poisonmancer, a guy that shoots green goop everywhere. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll do, I think a Commando is next, and then maybe a Witchblade, and then maybe a Sorcerer. Maybe. I don't exactly know who's going to be next, and I probably should take a bit of a break from the game because of all the leveling I've been doing on this guy, and helping Cavo level, and farming up a damn Aetherlord Signet. So, we'll see what happens with Grim Dawn coming up this week. And next week. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.